Hello, my friends. I want to tell you some details about a missing person, Azia Saldana, who is from my hometown, who is a little bit younger than me, that I grew up around, and some of the shady parts of what's happening here. Here's a Facebook post from her mom, Lisa, that was posted just a few days ago. She says, "I'm coming to y'all with the heaviest of hearts. On August 26th of 2023, my daughter Azia Saldana left to go to the truck stop here in Torrington, Wyoming to play the slots. That is the last contact we had with her. She texted me that evening saying she would be home shortly after 8 p.m. and never returned. I reached out to the Torrington Police Department 2 weeks ago with a lot of hope and faith that they would help find my Azia and bring her home, only to find out on Friday, October 13th, 2023, that a report was never done. There is, as of now, an official missing person report on her. We live in a small community, and I know that a majority of y'all talk about her because of her past. Yes, Azia is an addict, but has struggled with this addiction for years. But at the end of the day, Azia is still my only child, my baby, a mother of 4 beautiful children that desperately miss her, worried about her, and need answers. I'm reaching out and begging you for help to find Azia and bring her home safely." And then she mentions at the end of this, if anybody has seen her or talked to her or knows anything, to please contact the Torrington Police Department and other resources. Now, my friends, this is an interesting case. She was at the truck stop in Torrington, apparently to play some slots, and had text her mother that evening that she would be home. One of the questions I have, and maybe somebody out there knows, is, was she driving a vehicle? How did she get to the truck stop? If she had a vehicle, where is it at? Has it been found anywhere? Is it missing as well? This is important because in a lot of these cases, I've noticed that there's usually 3 potential outcomes. When somebody goes missing, especially for weeks like this, there's the maybe optimist, but unfortunate outcome that they just walked away, that they were tired of the life they were living, and that they left and abandoned out of nowhere, and they went somewhere else on their own will. Now, the fact that she's a mother of 4 children, and her mom seems to legitimately care. She has a lot of great friends in town, despite some of her history. I just cannot imagine that she would have willingly just left without saying anything, left those children. I just cannot imagine that. There's nothing that we can use to rule it out, but it seems like the least likely. That leaves 2 other possibilities, and neither of them are necessarily grand, but these are the realistic ways that this plays out when somebody's been missing for over a month. One possibility is that they were in a bad accident. Possibly if there was especially any kind of mind-altering influences, whether alcohol or drugs or anything like that involved, this person could have gone wandering off and fell into water or fell off of a tall area and had a bad accident, and they're there. Or if they were driving a vehicle, which would be good information, what was the method of transportation, that vehicle could be, hanging off the edge of a ravine somewhere. It's not a great outcome, but it's something that might have a resolution. The thing is, though, there's a small area in which she could have gone missing from, and I don't know what kind of search efforts have been put forward. It doesn't sound like law enforcement really has taken any major steps that we know of to search the area, or that any resources have been dedicated to it. But after a number of weeks, if somebody's had an accident like that, generally they're going to be found. There are cases out there. There was a case where Google Images was used to help find a man who had driven his vehicle into a body of water decades later. That does happen. But if that's not the case, then that leads us to the final possibility. And this is one of the darkest ones, but it's something that has to be considered as well, is that somebody knows something. Somebody knows what happened. Somebody may have done something to her, taken her. And there's nothing to support that either. But when somebody's been missing that long and they didn't leave willingly, and if they haven't been in an accident and found, there's also the potential that somebody did something to them, and somebody knows more than they're letting on, and somebody is hiding and concealing the evidence of that. So, this is a mother of 4 children and has family who really miss her. There are other questions, though. Besides the vehicle being driven, how come 4 weeks seem to have gone by before anybody contacted police? Or did somebody contact the authorities before that? How does somebody go missing for that long without anybody being aware of it? Why are we just hearing about it? And I'm not trying to knock her mother or anybody else. It's just a legitimate question. I've heard rumors that she has a history of potentially going missing before, and that could play a factor into things. But there's a lot of questions here, and there needs to be a lot more communication. And I hope that the local authorities, that the Torrington Police Department, will take this very seriously, because this is a person in our community, a person that needs help, and a young mother with children that I can only imagine are heartbroken right now and missing her every day. So we need a lot more attention on this. We need a lot more resources on this. Somebody needs to be out there looking. We need to have searches all over the area within the truck stop area of Torrington where she went missing. Even with enough resources, you can't help but forget the case close by of Chance Engelbert, who is still missing years later. These kind of cases in this small little area shouldn't be happening this often. We need more resources on them. I've said that enough, but it's true. There's just not enough help provided for people that go missing like this. So anyways, if you know any of the details that are missing, like what she was driving, what she was wearing, what she have on her, has any evidence been found, any other details that are missing from some of these early reports, please share them with anybody you can that might be able to help. So anyways, I just pray for her family and friends and for our community that somehow she turns up and that things turn out all right. But a lot of time has passed, and every day that passes is not a good sign. So anyways, keep sharing the case, and let me know what you think in the comments. Have a good day, my friends.